Productions with me, Craig.
Greetings, survivors.
And Martin over there. And today, I am so very happy.
Are you ready to ascend?
I am, actually. I'm ready to ascend the stale nature of first-person shooters and talk about Tribes.
Are you bored of Brown?
Yeah, are you bored of slow, monotonous, cloned shooters that we keep getting? Finally, thank you, Hi-Rez. We have a game in the modern day that is awesome. Tribes Ascend.
This game's set in the modern day. Wow.
Well, you know what I mean.
I need to get me a
It's come
jetpack.
out in the modern day, sir.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, Tribes Ascend, new first-person shooter from Hi-Rez. It's currently in beta, so we're just playing the beta. It is an open beta, so if anyone wants to check it out, please go and do so.
You're an open beta.
I'm an open beta, sir. Where are
Well, the publishers.
you always take my notes. Yeah, Hi-Rez. Hi-Rez have developed it and they're publishing it. As I say, it's currently an open beta, so go along, give the guys a hand testing it out. It is obviously free. The open beta is completely free. You get quite a few maps, actually. I'm thinking about 6 or 7 maps over 2 or 3 game modes. You can level up and things like that within it.
The landscape across the maps. You're skiing across them. A lot of physics in this game. You've got to jump up and down different hills. Is there a lot of variation between the maps?
There is. We'll talk about the actual mechanics before we explain how the mechanics fit.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay.
Right, basically.
Well, let's talk about the game
mechanics.
so far, the history of the game, Tribes.
Tribes. It's I don't know the history of Tribes. I know it's got a pretty hardcore community going on with it. Tribes 2, huge game. I've only played this one, so I can't comment on the history, but what I do know is I am pretty much hooked on this game. Let me explain why. This game makes a huge leap forward as far as I'm concerned in shooters, and most importantly in PC shooters. Now, it's nice to see a game now that's not a stale, crappy port of a clone of a particular game. We all know which one.
Army guys running
with
around.
Army guys and running really slow.
The same dude, 50 of the same dude
Yeah,
running
just
around, sniping people.
I've got my M4. It's like, well, I've got my spin fuser, my explosive disc, so eat that. It's nice to see a game like that. Basically, the game mechanics are as follows. Every character in the game has a jetpack, and every character in the game has what are called skis. Now, they're basically jets on your feet which remove friction. So you will be engaging in gunfights at 200 plus miles an hour in this
If you're
game.
clumsy, you don't want to be putting these on.
It's a skill-based game, I'm not going to lie.
Like, if you put 4 skis on a cat, they'd
Yeah.
be screwed.
You're in trouble.
They're in trouble.
It's all basically, the best game mode is capture the flag. It revolves around very fast-paced, very skill-based, team-based gameplay, which is nice to see. You're traveling very fast.
What's the fastest you've gone so far?
I have gone 215 miles an hour, I think.
I went 216 the other day.
I capped the flag at
Really?
215 miles an hour.
Nice.
And they were just like, the hell was that?
What's the slowest you've gone in the game?
Walking pace, which is probably a little bit faster than your average shooter.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so you don't spend much time walking.
Realistic.
If you're on the ground, top tip for the day, if you're on the ground, you're going to die. If you're on the ground or you're not moving very fast, you're going to die, period. Okay.
But we're on the ground now, Craig.
Yeah, but we're not playing Tribes.
Whew. Okay, good.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
Woo.
Where are we at? Okay, basically, yeah, as I said before, it's in an open beta, and what I love about this is, as the beta has progressed, they have changed things that people have made reference to. An example.
Gun size.
Gun size,
It's
yes.
very rare for people to complain that the gun is too big.
People made a complaint that the guns were too big, so they changed it. And people,
This gun is too big. Too much gun for me.
too much gunness.
My dick doesn't need a gun this big.
It was too large on the screen. It obscured things. It stopped you, especially as you're jetpacking. You can't see the damn ground. So they've changed. They're changing a lot of things during the beta. If there's something you don't like, do make reference to them, because that's what I love about these guys, is they will change things. They do care about the community. Now,
Can we talk about the landscape now?
we can talk about
The
that
hills,
landscape now.
the physics.
There are a few people have complained that some of the maps are a bit flat.
What's it like to fly? Is it fun?
It's pretty awesome to fly. Your
looks fun.
jetpack's got energy that kind of replenishes itself as you go along. So it's very skill based. You have to watch your energy, watch your speed, hit the slopes. Do not go uphill because you'll slow down. Use your jetpack and your skis together. Get some serious speed up. Capture the flag, etc. etc.
And then run.
Yeah, I mean,
Run away.
the game has some very brief tutorials which will teach you everything you need to know about the game. But basically, practice makes perfect, and that's what
As
we're rolling
always.
with. As always.
It's a lot more of a skill-based game rather than getting gear
Oh yeah.
and then leveling yourself like that. Although there is leveling. If you had a really skilled low-level player against someone who had just put the time in and wasn't very good but had better gear, the lower level guy would probably still win.
I basically wandered into the game. I was afraid because I figured it's a shooter. I'm kind of good at PC gaming, but it's a shooter, and I always get owned on modern shooters. Went in, top the leaderboard 3 times with no gear or anything. So if you're good at this game,
Someone's boasting.
someone's boasting. If you're good at this game, like, do not fear. It's not a game based around sort of cheap kills and cheap deaths. If you die on tribes, you know why you died.
We talked briefly about getting gear. So what is the class customization like?
You've got 3 types of class. There's the heavy class, which are huge dudes in massive armor with huge guns, usually used to defend the flag. They don't move as quickly as the other classes, but they take crazy punishment. Mid-range, you've got your sort of your basic classes, which travel at a reasonable speed.
That's what you play, right?
Yeah, I play.
Well,
I either play soldier or I believe I play infiltrator.
So as a soldier or infiltrator, your role is to get the flag and to run back.
Soldiers kind of play in the midfield. You can do a little bit of everything. Infiltrators are very much, if you try to fight or you try to defend, you'll be in trouble because you can't take many hits. So it's all about speed with them. So you've got 3 heavy classes, 3 medium classes, 3 light classes that you can play around with. There's more customization within each class as well. The classes are not set in stone. You can change certain perks and certain weapons within each class. I mean, you'll have to play it in order to see every single one. I don't unfortunately know every single one. It changes greatly how you play, so you can create a class that is suited to how you play the game. These classes aren't set in stone.
Is there anything that's come out as to be seen as overpowered at the moment, or is it all leveled quite nicely?
Not as far as I'm aware. I mean, a lot of people I see playing it aren't particularly fond of playing anything but a soldier.
I can imagine, because like playing a heavy,
soldier.
the entire point of the game is that you're going fast, you're flying through the air.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be a heavy?
There's a lot of people that play heavies.
Really?
Yeah, because you just sit and defend the flag.
Take them on for the team, I think.
It's quite a useful thing. Like, you get a lot of kills as heavies. Because you just nail people. And
that's what it's
they
all
can't
about.
fight. A lot of people play the same class at the moment, which could be seen as an issue, but I think it's just that people
It'll diversify.
People are new to the game. I mean, they're not. It's a pretty intimidating game when you get into it. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but it's incredible fun. There's nothing like capturing a flag at 200 odd miles an hour. It's just insane. I mean, you can see the footage in the background. Essentially, that's pretty much it. It is an open beta. It is free to play. I would recommend it to anyone who has a decent PC.
It looks fantastic fun.
It's such a nice breath of fresh air into shooters. It's about damn time
a lot of
this
colour.
crap
A lot of
came
colour in
along.
this game.
It's about time this shit came along. As always, thank you very much for listening, guys. Please feel free to leave a negative or a positive comment in the box below, and rate and subscribe if you like this, because I think I'm going to cover quite a bit more tribes on this channel. I'm not going to lie.
You're a fan.
I'm going to cover some tribes on this channel, period. And also, obviously, tune into more 5-minute impressions to find some games across many platforms, many genres, etc, etc, etc. Thank you very much. I've been Craig. That's been
Bye, guys.